Hi everyone, so let's continue with the CSEC Additional Maths Paper 2 2023, and we're on question 1 part B. So part 1 for 3 marks, given that 3x plus 2 is a factor of 3x cubed plus bx squared minus 3x minus 2, find the value of b. So I'm going to let f of x be equal to our cubic expression first. So f of x equals 3x cubed plus bx squared minus 3x minus 2. So they told us that 3x plus 2 is a factor of f of x. So according to the factor theorem, if f of minus q over p is equal to 0, then px plus q is a factor of f of x. Right, so this is called the extended factor theorem. So let's apply this now to our factor 3x plus 2. Okay, so if 3x plus 2 is a factor of f of x, then f of, all right, and in this case, q will be 2 and p will be 3. So f of negative 2/3 will be equal to 0. So therefore, all we need to do is substitute x is negative 2/3 into f of x, equate it to 0, and that will help us to solve for the value of b. So let's substitute negative 2/3. So we have 3 times negative 2/3 cubed plus b times negative 2/3 squared minus 3 by negative 2/3 minus 2, and that will be equal to 0. Okay, so let's just use our calculator to simplify things. So 3 times negative 2/3 cubed will give minus 8/9. Negative 2/3 squared will be 4/9. So here we'll get 4/9 b. 3 by negative 2/3, so that will be, the 3's will cancel, so that will give you 2. And the minus and the minus will give a plus here. And we have minus 2 at the end. Okay, so this 2 minus 2, of course, will give 0, so that cancels. So we have minus 8/9 plus 4/9 b is 0. So if I carry the 8/9 to the right-hand side, it will be positive 8/9. And therefore, b will be equal to 8/9 divided by 4/9, which is 8/9 multiplied by 9/4. 9's cancel, 4 into 8 is 2. So therefore, we get b is equal to 2. Okay, so let's go on to part 2 of the question. So for 3 marks, hence factorize completely 3x cubed plus bx squared minus 3x minus 2. So now that we know that b is 2, we can substitute b is 2 into the function. So our function is f of x is 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. Now, since we know from part 1 that 3x plus 2 is a factor, then to factorize, we need to find the other factors. So we'll need to do some long division. All right, so let's do that. So we have 3x plus 2 is our divisor. All right, so we're going to do some long division here. Okay, so first step, 3x into 3x cubed will be x squared. Then we multiply. X squared by 3x is 3x cubed. And x squared by 2 is 2x squared. Okay, so we subtract. So 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is 0. 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0. Okay, bring down the 3x. Okay, so then we see now 3x cannot go into 0. Okay, so therefore we have 0. All right, 0 times 3x is 0, and 0 times 2 is 0. Okay, so we end up with minus 3x. Now this step is necessary. All right. Then finally, 3x into minus 3x will be minus 1. And then minus 1 by 3x is minus 3x. And then minus 1 by 2 is minus 2. Right, subtract, so we end up with 0 at the end. Now, this step was necessary because it is showing us that in this quadratic, there is no x term. All right, we just have the x squared term and we have the constant. All right, so that's why this step here was totally necessary. So now that we know f of x is equal to, just going to write it on the side. All right, since 3x plus 2 is a factor, but that's why we're left with no remainder. So 3x plus 2 is one of our factors. And the other factor is x squared minus 1. So x squared minus 1, of course, is in the form a squared minus b squared, which we can factorize as a plus b by a minus b, so x plus 1 by x minus 1. Right, so we have completely factorized our cubic function f of x.